The first thing people should be thinking about is the target audience. Who are you trying to reach? Because your resume is a marketing document, and you want to talk about how it slices and it dices and it dances on the head of a pin. You do not need to discuss that it breaks after one use. And so you've got to position yourself for the job that you want. And you need to understand the language of that job and that industry, which in most cases is not the same language that if you've been a Fed, you're used to using. The second thing is the average federal resume is 5 pages. No one in the private sector is going to read 5 pages. Ever. And so your resume has got to get down to 2 pages. And what is somebody going to buy? Because basically they're buying you. They're buying your accomplishments. They are fantasizing that you're going to bring the same accomplishments you achieved in your current job to the private sector. And so before you even put pen to paper, see how old I am? Before you even get started, everybody should be thinking about, what are my biggest accomplishments? What have I done? And not just say, well, I did this, but you have to have a so what to that. Yes, how did that add value? And outside of the federal government, sales are important. Now, I realize making money is not something feds do, but they save money, and that's a good thing that is valued as well. And so we can't just say saved money, but we have to be able to quantify it. How much did you save and over what time period? So thinking about your accomplishments, the language, editing yourself, focusing on your last 10 years or so. I promise you, nobody cares what you did in Y2K. For those of you who can still remember what Y2K is. People want to know what you've done recently. And that's hard because many of us, myself included, had long careers. But what about what I did in, 1983? Nobody cares. I promise you, no one cares. And so what have you done recently? There's a lot of similarities between Fed and private sector. The similarities are having a skills summary up at the top, using keywords from the positions you're targeting, having lots of numbers in your resume to give your work context, and accomplishments to show your value. Some of the differences are length. 2 pages is it, folks. Either 1 full page or 2 full page. I personally hate the 1.5. It's like you can't discipline yourself enough or you got nothing else to say. Not a good look. So your resume also, and this is a big difference from the federal sector, your resume has to be applicant tracking software compatible. The federal government does not use ATS, but the private sector does.